So currently I represent Fashion Nova, Nick Cannon, Tiny from Escape, Tammy Roman. I do branding, marketing, and PR for entertainers and professionals in sports, music, and fashion. I grew up in a town called Santa Ana, and it's predominantly Hispanic, and everyone speaks Spanish, and so growing up I was a minority, and so it taught me to persevere past being like the popular person or persevere past being a part of the majority. And so coming to Hollywood or coming to LA, obviously like you're a black guy, I'm not the movie star look, you know, and so I felt like coming here I was a minority as well. And so I feel like coming from that environment, it prepared me for, I guess, like being an underdog in a sense, being like a minority within the city I grew up in. Whenever I would share my dreams with people, people would say they were too big. Or like, it was not gonna happen because it was so, even though we're 45 minutes away from Hollywood, like most people don't travel this direction to come here. And you know, at the time I'm like, I'm gonna be Puffy Winfrey. I'm gonna be Puff Daddy and Oprah in one, you know? And so people would hear that and they would laugh and say that my dreams were unrealistic. And so I'm like, okay, I'll show you, you know, you just wait and see. And so that's like kind of where my competitive spirit came in. It's always feeling the need to prove people wrong and to prove myself right, you know? I just follow my passion. Like my passion wasn't in Orange County. Like I knew, you know, for what I wanted to do, working in entertainment, like it was a short 45-minute drive. So it seemed kind of like a no-brainer to, you know, why not get on the freeway and go chase your dreams? Like if my dreams were in London or if my dreams were in Japan, like I would hop on a plane and go chase my dreams. It just so happened it was closer than, you know, those other destinations, but it wouldn't have mattered to me like where I went if my dreams were on the other side of that. I don't ever want people to confuse like my positivity with like lack of struggle. Like every day for me, honestly, if I'm being truthful with you, every day is a struggle in some way or another to continue. I feel like no matter how fearful I am to do something or how discouraged I can get in my head and no matter how much I get in my head and can discourage myself sometimes, like I know what the alternative is. Like I've lived on the couches, I've lived in the car, I've worked a 9 to 5. I used to be a dishwasher at Hometown Buffet, which is like a buffet restaurant, and imagine like you eat all you can eat. So that's every time you go and eat, there's another plate, there's another dish. You always, you know, putting more food out, taking food away, and I'm cleaning all them dishes. And that was hell for me. So I feel like on my worst day, as I stare fear in the face, I'm like, I am not going back to being a dishwasher no matter what. Nothing's more fearful than being a failure. When you think about it, like you used to drive past people every day who have failed at life, and you probably don't remember them because they're invisible to you. And although I joke about like, look at me, all that stuff, I do feel like a fear of mine is being, like I work too hard to be invisible, you know? I want the things that I do to matter to somebody and to be memorable, you know? So the fear of being invisible always overweighs whatever the fear I'm faced in that moment. 5 years from now, I would hope to see myself happy, like extremely happy. Like I feel like right now I'm content. Happiness to me is no fear, no stress, and when you look in the mirror, like you're proud of the person looking back at you. That would be my definition of happy. I'm Ernest Dukes. I do business, marketing, and branding, and I am MyComeUp.